All right, have and have not fans, here we are Tuesday night at the end of another episode, Battle for the Past, an episode I have been saying for weeks I've been looking forward to for quite some time. Just to give you a quick heads up, I was watching online via Xfinity through my cable thing, the internet cable package, whatever you want to call it. The darn thing did blink out on me a couple times, so I did miss some parts of certain scenes, so that did piss me off a bit. And my episode review, for the most part, should be thorough. But if there are some things that I seemingly gloss over, or it's like, Jeremy, man, you completely missed so and so. I did miss a little bit of the conversation between Charles and Candace. Basically, within the first 5 minutes, I did miss about a minute of conversation between everybody at the hospital. I did miss part of the conversation between David and Jeffrey. I completely missed the scene with Sarah and Wyatt, but somebody on Twitter told me that Wyatt simply asked her to pick up a package from him somewhere, but wouldn't tell her what it was because Leo and Mac were there, so I missed that. So again, I will try to do this as thorough as possible for the sake of simplicity, due to the fact that we didn't really get many clips any pictures of the episode. I will have pictures from the episode, but they won't be in any specific order, just to give you a heads up there as well. So with all that being said, what did I think of the episode? Like I said, I did watch a majority of it because of cable. I was laughing at some parts. I was going like aha moments at other parts, but overall this episode was really setting up more than I thought it would, because I felt like last week's episode was setting up for what's to happen in this one. 7.5 out of 10. I feel like that score is a bit low, and like I said before, I will have to rewatch the episode once I can get it in a format where it doesn't blink out on me. But as of right now, 7.5 out of 10. Let's get into it. I did laugh at the beginning because, Candace is pretty much wanting Landon to go back to check on the get the doctor to check on Benny's status. But then Hannah's like, no, he's in surgery. Don't bother the man. And Landon's like a deer caught in the headlights, not knowing what to do. So I did laugh at that moment when Charles pretty much like, don't go back there. So pretty much Hannah's mom, what I call mom authority, trumps Charles's presidential authority. I thought that was pretty good. And this is the part where I missed part of the conversation, really about, Charles saying that Candace had already told him a great deal about you, all good things. And all I caught from that piece of the conversation was, oh, I told him how much of a great grandmother you were to my son, and you protected him with your life. And then the opening titles came on, and then that was pretty much it. But I'm not really going to spend a lot of time on this part, because remember that video I did yesterday about Hannah confronts Charles? Most of the good stuff from that conversation was in that video. But Charles really did talk about the title of the episode, Battle for the Past, when he brought up a story from law school, which is ironic enough because remember, Candace was in law school herself, about a mother and daughter going back and forth for 18 years about the ashes of the father. And the mother eventually gave it up to the daughter, and then she broke down crying because her, as well as her mother, missed out on the best years of their lives together because they were fighting. And that was it. I'm like, dude, this brother like a light-skinned Obama right up here. This is, I like this. I mean, to be honest, a pretty solid scene. Then him and Derek have a little moment, just joking about the coffee. And it's like, hey, you're an important man and everything. And that was pretty good. I did like that dynamic right there. And I thought it was pretty interesting once Charles got up to go see the children. I was laughing to myself. I even tweeted it out. It's ironic because Candace is possibly sitting across from her mother and father without even knowing it. And I did think it was pretty funny when Landon went to go check on the doctor. And Mitch was like, I'm going too. It was like, man, wow, you're tall every damn day. Let's go. And this is a part that I watched, but I didn't know what to make of it. When the doctor asked, are you family? And the Mitch is like, yeah, I'm family. And he's like, yeah, don't give me that. Was the doctor intimidated because Mitch wasn't backing down from that? Or was the doctor aware that he was a Malone. I could be completely off on that. I might have misread the situation, because to be fair, I was, dividing my attention between watching my television screen where the show was, and then going back to my laptop to do the tweets, and then on my notebook to jot down the notes. But it's one scene I'll definitely have to rewatch. But I love how Landon was kind of like, not knowing what to do in that situation. So, you know what, for simplicity's sake, yeah, I'll just talk about everything that went down at the hospital first, and then go about to things like the hotel, Veronica's house, and what Wyatt did. Now, we get Landon and Justin, or excuse me, not Justin, Landon and Mitch over to Benny's room. Benny is alive, and he was stabbed. So, guys, to everybody who was saying he was stabbed, Jeremy, he wasn't shot, I was wrong. But to be completely fair, as Mitch said in the episode, yo, man, well, everybody was saying you were shot. And in the preview for Speak Through It, which was at the very end of the episode, Exhausted, Candace did say, my brother was shot. So to everybody said stabbed, you are great detectives. Great job. And I'm not saying that sarcastically. I mean it. Great job on saying that he was, or speculating he was stabbed. And somebody in a live stream last night told me, yeah, well, I was on Benny's Instagram while he was doing a live or an interview, and he accidentally let it slip that he was stabbed instead of shot. So there we go. And I don't know, I will most likely have to do a video on this, but I really don't know what else to say. I mean, Benny did say, I was just sitting on the sitting on the stairs outside the house minding my business. There were some guys, and I took down notes, like some boys circling around on bikes. I didn't think too much of them. I was on my phone. And next thing you know, they're on top of me and I got stabbed. And then that's when Mitch confirmed, it's like, well, it wasn't my family that did that. I mean, come on. Imagine my family on bicycles and stabbing, man. We didn't do that. So now the mystery is, well, it wasn't the Malones. And I've done videos on pretty much everyone. I talked about, did Veronica do it because of the whole revenge thing about Melissa? Remember, she said she was going to get back at Hannah. I did one on Jim because, about the whole money situation. I've done one on Quita. I've done one on possibly Charles/Landon. I honestly don't know who it is. I mean, to be honest, I was just thinking about it. Look at the neighborhood that Hannah's staying at right now. This doesn't seem like the place where hoodlums and whatnot would just randomly be, walking down the sidewalk or riding bikes. This is an up-class neighborhood. So the person that was there, or people that were there, definitely seem to be people who were most likely sent in order to, on an assignment. That's the vibe I'm getting from it. So I will do a video, but as of right now, I honestly don't even know what I can say that I haven't already said before. And then Landon goes back, pretty much says, hey, maybe it's a good time to see the kids. And Charles puts his foot down and Candace is eating it up. Hannah's pretty much warning Charles about, do you really know this woman as much as you think? And it was pretty fun to see the exchange between the two. And like I said, I wish I didn't miss parts of it, but I had no choice because the cable kept going in and out there. But then eventually, I can't believe that when Charles was once again trying to say, hey, this is your mother, show some respect, Candace wasn't having it. And, that's when Charles eventually just said, okay, let's go see the kids now. Then we get to the part where it has me puzzled. So Mitch is telling Benny, yo, man, you need to stay in here. And because my family's out there, this is safe. But Benny wants to go home. Number one, Hannah kicked your ass out. Number two, you not doing what Mitch said is what led to you being stabbed in the first place. Number three, when you have Candace, you have your mother, you have Mitch. Now, it would be one thing. If it was a situation about money. That was my first instinct. I'm like, yeah, Benny probably doesn't want to stay up in here because hospitals are expensive, and him and his mother have been through way too much with money anyway in regarding to paying stuff off. But then it's like, dude, you have over $8 million in your bank account, and then you want to go home to where you. So okay, let's put it this way. Theoretically speaking, let's say the Malones weren't the ones that stabbed Benny, and they go look for him at the house and he's not there. If he were to go back to the house, I mean, technically you could say he's hiding in plain sight, but the family would most likely find out he's alive. This episode was just full of people making dumb decisions, and that's probably why I'm sticking towards my score of a 7.5. So that pretty much handles everything in regards to the Young family at the hospital there. After that, we have Veronica at home, and a lot of things I don't like being shown off screen. Like, how long was Veronica not even at the hospital for 2 hours? Because remember, she was in the hospital around the same time before after Benny got in there. And then Benny gets out, but then next thing you know, Veronica's back at her house like nothing ever happened. And what's her name? Allison. Yeah, Allison. And that was a pretty funny scene. Did you wash your hands? Go get the door. Give me another drink. Then RK rolls up in there. That was some good stuff. But the best part about that scene is like, hey, I tried to go to Jeffrey, but Secret Service wouldn't let me in. But then Veronica, not giving a damn because what she wanted done wasn't done, pretty much states, man, that's it, get out. And he's not having it. He pretty much takes the drink out of her hand. And really the takeaway from this entire scene was, take something from me one more time. The fact that Veronica was speaking in such a calm voice, not just because she was in pain, given the heat pad, but also because of the fact that she is a bit tipsy right now and she ain't really having nobody's mess. So what I'm wondering is, take something from me one more time. If she goes back through her cameras to get any footage, because the FBI allegedly said they were going to come back with a warrant to get her video stuff from around the house, one would assume that she would go through her footage and see if there's anything she needs to delete or remove that would incriminate her. And then she sees RK on camera taking that jewelry, which could be a setup for later on in the preview we got last week, where Veronica is walking down the hallway smiling with the gloves on, carrying a big pot of something. I'm pretty much certain at this point she's probably going to be the one to kill RK, because she is going to be pissed off. Now, I love it when it's like, Allison, you look very beautiful. Well, thank you. You have anything to eat? Oh, yes. What would you like? What do you have? It's like, I can go in the refrigerator. No, you know what? How about me and you both go back to the fridge and check it out? It's like, she doesn't wash her hands. Well, we'll take care of that. RK's attitude was refreshing. That was definitely one of the positives of the episode there. And let's see, going down the notes here. Oh yeah, we're going to go back. We're going to go over to the hotel now. So Jim is walking down the hallway. Young black guy who works there. Pretty much reminds me of season 3 when Veronica wanted to get the hotel card key to David's room, because remember, this was when she suspected he and Maggie were having sex. They were in the same bed, not having sex though. And, he was worried about the job. He called the supervisor or the boss over the phone. And that pretty much led to him getting the key taken away and keeping his job, surprisingly enough. What did Jim do? He looked down the hallway. He's like, what the hell is she doing here? And then the guy, I guess, looked in that direction. He took the key and then he ran off somewhere. And then he walks in on the threesome, tells him to get out. And the best part about this, same time next week. No, see you same time next week. If that was a fourth wall break, I'm laughing my ass off, because, hey, same time next week, we'll be watching the haves and the have-nots again. So that was a nice touch there. But pretty much what it comes down to it, Broderick and Rocky are screwed because, well, it's a damned if they do, damned if they don't. Okay, we stay in this bed. We're probably going to be burned alive in a hotel. And what is with these characters and burning buildings down? Then if you don't stay in the bed like Catherine wants, you're probably going to be deported. So, yeah. But basically, once again, I did a 23-minute video earlier today talking about Catherine's attitude and the fact that one or both of them are going to jail. And Jim just laid down the law about, hey, remember your words, that's all I can say. But the fact that she's living it up, I just love it. It's like, what? She pretty much counted all the whores. We're up to 14. Damn, I lost track because Candace was number 9. And then after that, it's like, did she... I don't even know. She was probably just making up numbers, but Sarah, Gia, yeah, that's it. That's all I can think of at the moment. And it's like 5 or 6 for her, so she has catching up to do. So pretty much if you subtract Broderick and Rocky, that means there's technically 3 to 4 men we've never known about. But in any case, let's see here. I need a cigarette. Catherine's living the life, but this is definitely not the time to do it. And like I said in the video, it's not about Jim being able to sleep around, but Catherine not being able to. It's just the fact that given the circumstances and the seriousness of what's going on, now's not the time for this. So there's that. But it was a very funny scene. It was a funny scene. We go down to the bar area, and like I said in my video, Broderick is going to be scheming to get the better of Catherine. You watch it. Jim walked up, overheard everything, and pretty much last week, Catherine was saying she had Rocky and Broderick by the balls, and then Jim took that to a more literal sense, and I feel bad for Broderick. I'm not going to lie. I felt pain watching that scene. I was thinking the whole time, you know, Rocky, man, he got his ass beat with a golf club. I hope Jim doesn't fuck him up. I hope that doesn't happen. But luckily enough, he just said give him some hand sanitizer and something to drink, and Broderick pretty much just crawled his way off camera. So, man, and like in a sick, twisted way, like I said in my other video, Jim and Catherine need each other and they love each other. They just have very funny ways of showing it. Definitely not relationship goals, but damn it, they love each other. I don't care what anybody says. That was a messed up scene, y'all. I'm sorry, I had to take a pause there. I'm just like, man, that was pretty effed up. But in any case, we get to the next scene here back at the hospital. Yeah, I actually did skip away from the hospital there for a minute. Justin walks up to Madison and Jeffrey, and I'm pretty much thinking we're all thinking the same thing. This is just too much. We're over it. And then, you know, out of nowhere, Justin starts kicking that ass. I'm like, well, damn. Because what he put is like he grabbed Jeffrey's shoulder, but then it's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. And the next thing you know, he got his ass kicked. I mean, to be honest, Justin did get in some sucker punches at the beginning, but Jeffrey got his ass beat. Security comes, takes him away. Madison checks up on Jeffrey. And once again, another reason why the episode's ranked low. Look, and by no means am I trying to offend people. I know this channel, over 60,000 people. There are probably people who have been in, are currently in, or know people who have been in toxic relationships. And when I say relationships, the two people might not even be together. It might be like this situation where one person thinks that they are with or own another person. And it's a hard to walk away from that kind of thing, because even when you want to, you can't, or when you do, something just draws you back to them. But Madison making the suggestion of a restraining order after what he just saw, and Jeffrey saying, you think it's that serious? I think I can control him. I feel like we all did a collective facepalm and shook our heads, because I have nothing left to even bring to the table of discussion with this, because I did another video, episode 7, airing February 26th, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that's the date. It's going to be airing next month. Jeffrey comes to Justin's aid. That's episode Room 3. I don't know why this is still a thing. And as I always say in my disclaimer, it's more about the writing and the characters, not the actors at all. I just have no idea what Tyler Perry's doing with these characters, because I'm just sick of Justin. Because I understand it. It's like, oh, well, maybe Tyler's giving Justin a parallel to what David and Veronica are going through. You know, two good men who are just in dangerous situations, whereas David took forever, but he finally got out. Justin just got into something, and I just can't with this. I just can't. Let me just move on, okay? So, yeah, that one scene with Wyatt and Sarah, I didn't see it, but then at the end, this dude pulls a Rapunzel, and did this boy tie up bedcloths or trash bags or something, and then shimmy his way down the balcony and ran off somewhere? I have no words for that. I was laughing my ass off because it was so ridiculous I had to laugh. No points off for that. It was just stupid, but it was funny. So then we get to... I'm sorry, I'm just imagining him shimming his way down the balcony right now. Yeah, Hannah allowed Benny to come home, which was stupid. So we have... Okay, let's get it straight. David, his injuries needing to be healed. Okay. So Jeffrey checks on David. Pretty good scene due to the fact that he pretty much said that, okay, here Veronica fell off the balcony. But the fact that he was like, did you push her? No, but I wanted to. Okay. Moving on. So what happened? Well, she kept taunting me, and I'm like, Jeffrey, did you just admit to your mom being shoved over the balcony? I feel like that was brushed over in the conversation. But then it's just like, okay, maybe that's why Jeffrey's so stuck on Justin, because of the fact that they both have really bad anger issues. And didn't he tell Madison, like, he's lost a lot messing with me, his family, I'm like, what? Even you have said to Justin's face on multiple times, I didn't make you do anything. I didn't make you sign those divorce papers. I didn't make you sign over those papers where you can't see your daughter. You got kicked out of your house. I didn't make you do any of that. But now it's like, well, he lost a lot because, Jeffrey, I'm done. I'm done. Okay? I might have to change my profile pictures on YouTube and whatnot. I need to let me know in the comments, what character should I change the thumbnail to my social media for? Because Jeffrey, I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done. I'm done. But other than that, if I'm not mistaken, we get to the end of the episode. Madison is in the parking garage. His vehicle is trashed, pretty much like Justin did to David's condo where Jeffrey was staying. And after Jeffrey tells him not to get off the phone, boom, I believe he got hit in the head with a blunt object once again. Their cable blinked out or froze. It didn't blink out, but it froze, so I missed it. I just know Madison got whacked and then fell to the ground. And his phone was still on. But so in this situation, the reason this episode gets a lot of points docked is because characters are making dumbass decisions that make no sense. David, you need to stay until your back is healed. Like, if I'm not mistaken, he was preparing to get ready to go home before Jeffrey even told him about, the truth about Erica in regards to her working with Candace, and then the fact that Candace and Veronica teamed up. And I do like how, he pretty much took charge, like, Madison, you're a nurse, so you can come tend to me at home, and you and Jeffrey can get a lot of time together. Okay, interesting. And then the fact that Madison is another victim of Justin. He is not dead. Madison is not dead. He was in Atlanta for filming season 7. So I don't know. Maybe Madison is the person that sends those thugs over to Justin's in order to kick his ass. I mean, he did say that the guy from his past he hadn't seen anymore because he moved away. Do you think Madison maybe took care of the guy and then left town? I'm just saying, because if somebody's that crazed over you, they'll probably follow you anywhere unless they can't. Madison's going to have his own video coming, guys. I'm just letting you know that right now. But in any case, so David refuses to stay in the hospital for some odd reason while he definitely needs to heal. Benny refuses to stay in the hospital, so this is like the 5th or 6th time he hasn't stayed where he was told to stay in order for his own safety and health. Then Wyatt doesn't want to stay in the house due to the fact that he feels trapped, but he has no money, and the Malones are after his ass. And then RK refuses to leave the house for Veronica, which is in his character. But remember when David came back into the house and Veronica told him to leave, and he's like, I'm not leaving. And then in the morning, we're going to take you to a rehab facility. And then she burnt the house with him inside of it. Yeah, this is why this episode gets a lot of points off. People making dumb mistakes. So with that being said, Battle for the Past, it was good in the areas that I wanted it to be good in. Mainly the Candace, Hannah scene and Charles and everything. I got some laughs in it. There were some good scenes that made me laugh. I will definitely be rewatching this episode. As I stated, there are a lot of things I did, miss a couple bits on. I am just sick of the whole Justin thing. It would not surprise me if he gets killed off at some point. He's definitely not a character I see making it to the end of the series at all. And then what was it? He was telling that security guard, it's like, you want to keep your job? And I'm like, what can you do? You're a cop on suspension. You can't do anything, Justin. You're the one that attacked him. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Battle for the Past. What did you think of the episode? What were some of your favorite parts? Do you feel my score of a 7.5 was too low? Do you think it was a score that should have been higher or some stuff is going down. So guys, thanks so much for tuning in. It was definitely fun live tweeting with everyone. Tell people about the channel, comment your thoughts, give this video a thumbs up, and you know the drill by now. We're trying to get to 100K, but thanks so much for tuning in. Expect a new video. You know, I'll do my trailer breakdown. I'll try to have that up sometime tomorrow. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, as well as leaving your thoughts in the comment section below so we can keep the conversation going. On the left hand side of the screen, you should see a picture of Jeffrey Harrington. You can click on him in order to subscribe, but also hit the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content. Also, you should see some videos appearing on the screen as well that I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy if you enjoyed the one you just saw. But also, be sure to follow me on social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links to all my social media will be in the description below. And in order to help this channel hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to need your help. So make sure to share this video as well as the channel around with all of your friends on your own social media. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you all in the next video.